Good morning, my fellow messy human, and welcome to what I've been affectionately calling my Homebody Yoga project. Home is in that return to self, that return to presence, but also that sense sometimes when we're moving through grief, loss, transition, or simply when life is lifing, we need to remove the audience. We need to remove the performance and the appearance of having it all together. We need a raw, intimate, and unfiltered home within ourselves that feels safe, secure, stable among the many storms of life. And above all, I want these shared practices to serve as a reminder that whatever you might be moving through in this season of your life, it has moved you to this moment and this return to yourself. Welcome home. If you're able to get outside, as I have, wonderful, but it isn't necessary. You can start in your kitchen, your living room. No special equipment, no props, no special clothing. Just an open mind and an open heart and a willingness to be here fully. You can lay down. You can sit on a kitchen chair with the feet firmly planted on the floor. Or you can roll out a yoga mat and take a comfortable cross-legged position as I have. Let the hands rest, palms face down, the knees or thighs, a gesture of grounding. If it's available to you, let the eyes soften or perhaps even close completely. Bring your awareness to the connection of your seat to the earth. Feel how you are supported in this moment. Start to sense or even visualize roots emanating from whatever parts of you are making contact with the earth. Roots that are extending through all the soil, all the stone, even the concrete, into the core of the earth herself. Take a moment to tug on those roots. Feel how you're connected. Start to draw that inner gaze slowly, lazily up through the spine. Noticing the little micro adjustments as you start to pay attention. Just like the trunk of a tree, steady. Begin to experience your breath without any need to change anything, simply observing what it has to say about this moment. Simply by being observed, the breath will want to extend itself. Each time you inhale, notice this subtle sensation of energy rising. The inhale portion of the breath is the solar portion, the active portion where we find some effort. There's this subtle lengthening, this drawing of the crown to sky. As you breathe in, bringing in prana, chi, life force energy. Each time you inhale, the energy rises and the spine draws a little taller. And bringing your attention now to the exhale portion of the breath. This is the lunar, passive, releasing portion of the breath. Whereas with the inhale, we find effort. It is in the exhale that we find ease. Breathe out as slowly as you possibly can, all the way out. Releasing tension, any resistance to this moment. Feeling energy descend, and everything that is being released empty out through the roots, connected to the earth. I'd like to invite you to continue breathing in this alchemical way. Inhale, energy rises. There is effort. The spine lengthens. Bring in energy, vitality. As you exhale, soften, release. Feel the ears soften. Feel the shoulders soften away from the ears. Feel the back teeth unclench. Feel the forehead smooth. This rooted tree that you are. With each inhale, you grow taller, beloved to the sky. And each time you exhale, just like branches on the breeze, the shoulders soften, the face softens, and everything finds ease. If you were to simply breathe in this way, that would be practice enough. If you're feeling called to move, retain this breath as much as possible, informing each movement with this breath pattern, moving with presence and not performance. Let's start to connect to our necks. As we inhale, we'll gently tilt the head back. And then as we exhale, we'll gently roll the chin towards chest. Inhale all the way back. Exhale, chin to chest. One last time. And when the chin comes to chest, leave it there. Begin to roll a little bit from side to side in half circles. The next time that the left ear comes towards the left shoulder, pause there. Gently draw the right shoulder down. If you'd like something a little bit more, tiptoe the fingers away from you. Feel free to play with the angle, seeking out those sticky spots. When you find them, pause there. Bring your inner awareness and soften with each exhale breath. When that feels complete, let the hand wander back to the knee and the chin slowly roll along the chest. When you're ready, we'll bring the right ear towards the right shoulder and again, press that left shoulder down. Tiptoe the fingers out in space. float the hand back to the knee, chin to chest. And again, take half circles, or if it feels available, you can go all the way around. Change direction. Draw the head back to neutral. And we'll begin to move through seated cat-cow. On an inhale, the heart moves forward, the chin lightly moves up, the shoulder blades squeeze behind you. Then we draw the heart back, shoulder blades separate, chin drops towards chest. Inhale, fill up, spine moves forward. Exhale, move back. Inhale, your rate of breath. The next time we move forward, we'll start to move through barrel rolls. The heart moves forward, then back towards the left, completely back, upright, and fully forward. Back, inhale forward. Exhale back. If you were wearing an oak barrel around your torso, you would be painting the inside of it with your rib cage. The next time we come front, we're going to change direction, moving back on the right. Finishing our last one, and bringing the torso back to neutral. Let's tent the fingers alongside the body. On an inhale, energy rises, arms move overhead in line with the ears. Exhale, arms move down. Inhale, rise. Notice the hands turn, palms face together. Exhale, float them down. Inhale. Exhale. Moving into a side bend. Inhale, arms in and alongside the ears. Exhale, float the left arm down. Inhale, create length. Exhale, find that side bend. Keep the head in neutral. Or if you'd like to layer on some heart opening, start to turn the gaze up towards the eye of the elbow, the inside. On your next inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, right arm down. Inhale, create length first. Exhale, create that surrender. Breathe fully in the pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist to the left. The right hand releases to the left knee, the left hand behind you. Inhale, find that length through your spine. As you exhale, twist from above the belly button, through the rib cage, through the collarbones, and finally through the neck. Inhale, unwind to center, arms overhead. Exhale, twist to your right, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you, sit up tall. Complete your twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, surrender the hands forward. Uncross the legs and find yourselves in a tabletop position. The knees will be directly under the hips. The hands will be directly under the shoulders. Finding the full expression of our cat-cow. As we inhale, the belly fills. The head and the tailbone draw up. As we exhale, the belly button draws into the spine, into that scared cat shape. The head and the tailbone drop down and draw together. Inhale, fill up. Feel the bowl of the pelvis pour forward. Exhale. Feel the bowl of the pelvis draw back. Tailbone drops down. On your next exhale, we're going to start to shift the hips down towards the heels. Exhale, find your scared cat, shift the heels back. Inhale, come forward. Bump out of the back. Exhale, round. Next time you move back, stay there. I'm here. On your next inhale breath, imagining those upper arms are glued to the ears. Rise up on the knees. Exhale, lower the arms. Heart stays lifted, shoulder blades squeeze. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, unhinge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, just the arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, unhinge. Inhale up. Little change here. As you exhale, float that left arm down. Inhale, reach the fingers away from each other, create length. Exhale, find a side bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, float that right arm down. Inhale, create length. Exhale, find your side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise. This time as you exhale, the right hand comes behind the head. Take a moment to draw the elbow in line with the ear. Maintain some activation in the abdomen just to protect your lumbar spine. Start to tip over towards your left and turn your gaze so that you're looking at that right elbow out of the corner of your eye. Start to look at the elbow as you draw it back. The effect is like you are peeling the rib cage back, peeling the shoulder blade off of the rib cage. Let's slowly make our way back, following the elbow, and then releasing back up. Inhale, bring both arms overhead. Exhale, left hand behind the head. Elbow in line with the ear. Go ahead and tip over. Look up towards the elbow. And then start to follow it back, remembering that activation in the abdomen. Back to the midline. And all the way up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and hinge. Inhale, come to all fours. Moving through a little bit of hip mobility. Let's inhale, draw the right leg up, lengthen it, bring it all the way around, and then bring it in. Up, out, around, and in. Imagining that we're going to do one more. We'll come up, we'll come out, but then we'll plant that foot down. Press through the outside edge of the foot and be sure that the left knee is directly under the left hip. This is a shape we call Parigrasana, or gate pose. On an inhale, find that cat-cow. Take the bump out of the back. And then as you exhale, round the spine and sink back. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, move back. Inhale, move forward. Exhale, move back. This time, stay there. Imagine those upper arms are glued to the ears. And the next time you breathe in, rise up. Putting it all together, exhale, right arm down. Inhale, lengthen up through the left. Exhale, find your side bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, find a T shape. Reach out through the left hand. Drop it down and look up at the right. Now follow those right fingertips as they brush the sky, creating that opening through the underarm, through the ribs, through the right chest. Come back to the midline. Pretend you're holding a helium balloon and let it draw you all the way up to the start. Let's do that again. Exhale, float the arm down. Inhale, raise the left arm. Exhale, find a side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, T shape. Reach out left. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, reach back. Even pressing that right hip forward slightly. Then back to the midline. Inhale, float up. Last time, exhale, arm down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, find a side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, T. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drop. Inhale, stretch the chest. Back to the midline. And all the way up. And soften down. Inhale to force. And draw the leg in. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bring it around. Up, out, around, and back. Up, out, around, and back. Finding our Parigrasana, our gate pose. Extend out through the leg. Plant it down. Press through the outside edge of the foot and be sure that right knee is under the right hip, hands under the shoulders. Inhale, fill the belly, head and tailbone come up. Exhale, round the spine and sink back. Inhale, move up. Exhale, sink back. The next time when you move back, we're ready for our flow. Inhale, arms glued, rise up. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, lengthen upright. Exhale, find your side bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, find that T-shaped shoulders away from ears. Inhale, reach right. Exhale, drop it down. And remember, you can choose to breathe freely. If the breath cues feel like too much, just be present for the movement. Breathe deeply and freely. And just remember, with each inhale breath, you're going to rise, you're going to find effort. And with each exhale breath, you're going to find ease. Reach out, drop down. Draw that shoulder blade off the rib cage. Watch the hand. Back to midline. Helium balloon floats you out. Last time. Sinking down. Coming back to all fours. Take the little knees a little wider than hip distance apart. Big toes stay together. And sink for a moment into extended child's pose. Find that nice, slow breath. Really fill up the back body. Recalibrating and integrating the movements. On your next inhale breath, shift back to all fours. Bring the knees under the hips. Curl your toes under and lift the hips into your first downward dog. So this more dynamic inverted V shape. Start to pedal out the feet, lifting them one at a time. Just seeing what this shape feels like in this moment. Remember, there's no striving, simply allowing and feeling. Come back to stillness. As you inhale, lift the heels, stack the shoulders over the wrists, drop the knees to all fours. Exhale, extended child's pose. Let's do that again. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, down dog. Maybe this time we'd like to windshield wiper, lifting the heels and letting the hips and the heels swing from side to side. And then coming into stillness, we'll do that transition again. Inhale, shoulder stack over wrists, drop knees. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, down dog. From here, let's start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Let the knees soften. Let the heels lift if need be. Once the trunk of the body is resting on the thighs, cup opposite elbows in opposite hands, and just enjoy this traction. Now, if you feel uncomfortably dizzy, of course, roll up with care. Don't stay here. But if this is feeling nourishing, you can even swing the elbows a little bit from side to side. And then on your next inhale breath, start to roll up. Imagine you're stacking vertebra on top of vertebra, bottom to top. The head will be heavy, and it'll be the last thing to come up. Hi. Now that we've come up to standing, we're going to find hip distance apart with the feet. We're going to again find our roots. Take that moment to again imagine them descending into the earth, anchoring in through the feet. As you inhale, feel the spine lengthen, the crown draw to sky, the hands come to heart center. On your next inhale breath, the arms come overhead. Watch them come overhead only if it's comfortable for your neck. As you exhale, separate the hands and the trunk swan dives forward. As you inhale, slide the hands up the shins, extending the spine away. Halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and take a step back with your right leg. Take a moment to dance the knee and the heel away from each other, opening up through that groin space. And then drop the back knee down, uncurl the toes, front knee stacked in line with the ankle. Inhale, arms in line with the ears. Exhale, open your heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, float that left arm down. Inhale, reach the hands away from each other. Exhale, find your side bend. Feel it drawing into the front of the right hip. On your next inhale, float the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the inside edge of this front foot, and then slowly start to bring it a little bit wider towards the outside of your mat if you're using one. And now sink the hips forward, lift the heart into lizard pose. Plant the right hand at the midline. On an inhale, bring the left arm up and over. At the same time, drop that left knee out towards the side and look back over the shoulder. Bring the knee back to center, hand back to center. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring them back. This time, as we draw the arm back and drop the knee out towards the side, we'll leave the knee as it is and simply bring the hand back. Starting to open a little bit more into this groin space, we have a few options. Number one, we can press the left knee down with the left hand. We can walk the hands away. We can come down to forearms, elbows, and hands. So by becoming fully present, you can determine what medicine is needed in this moment. Less is always more. True sensation and presence over striving. There's nothing to achieve here. Once you feel pretty complete here, you're going to start to gather yourself back to the starting position. We're going to keep the foot as it is, out towards the side, and we're going to even angle the toes out about 45 degrees. Curl the right toes under, lift the knee, and then bring the right foot so it looks the same as the left. Plant your hands, sink your bum down. And then just do a little bit of range of motion here. What does this feel like today? If you'd like to just keep going with this range of motion, I'll invite you to stay there. If you'd like to find our yogi squat, our garland pose, allow the spine to lift. And here the elbows are active. They're pushing the knees away. Keep breathing fully and completely. And then on your next inhale breath, start to grow up. Heel toe together. Back to hip distance apart. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, slide the hands up the shins, extend the spine away. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back left. Take a moment to dance the knee and the heel away from each other. Drop the back knee, uncurl the toes. Inhale, find your low lunge. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Time for our side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, right arm down. Inhale, create length through the left side body. Exhale, find that side bend all the way into the front of the left hip. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, hands to the inside edge of that front foot. Move it towards the outside, and then shift the hips and the heart forward. Inhale, right arm floats up, and the knee drops back. We drop back to look over the shoulder. Come back to center. Inhale. Drop the knee, look back over the shoulder. This time, we'll leave the knee as it is and simply bring the hand back through, finding what works best for us, whether that's pushing the knee down with the right hand, walking the hands away, coming down to forearms, elbows, and hands, or some other variation thereof. When that feels complete, you'll come back up onto your hands. You'll reestablish the position as it was before, but instead of transitioning to a squat, we're going to bring that foot back towards the midline. Hands on either side, curl the back toes under and lift that left knee, stepping back into a push-up position. Drop your knees, uncurl your toes. Keep your hips high as your chest and chin come down, looking forward. And then as you inhale, bring the pelvis down, lift the heart, and find a cobra pose. The top of the head gets long, the heart draws forward. Lower it down. Push to all fours, curl the toes under, and find downward dog. The next movement is all about choosing your own adventure. Maybe you'd like to rest in child's pose. Maybe you'd like to stay in your down dog. Maybe you'd like to inhale and float that right leg up. Bend the knee and let the right foot drop over towards the left side as the gaze comes towards your right underarm. This is often affectionately called scorpion tail, creating more of that opening through the front of the hip. And if you feel really playful, let that left foot spin until it's pointing back and away as you drop the right foot down, lift the points of the hips, and find a tabletop, looking up at the trees. Brilliant. Whatever your adventure was, let's again find that three-legged dog. And then bending at the right knee, bring the right knee towards the right wrist and place it down. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen back through that left leg. As we set up for pigeon pose, I'd like to remind you that the closer the heel is towards the groin, the more accessible it will be. And then the more parallel that lower leg is with the front edge of your mat or away from you, the more challenging it's going to feel. Find what fits your body. This is a deeper and more demanding pose. Once you've found your best position for your pelvis, hips, groin, go ahead and tent the fingers and draw the heart forward like a proud, proud pigeon. You're going to feel everything start to ease in the pelvis, and then you can start to walk yourselves down, whether that's to forearms, elbows, and hands, or perhaps stacked hands or stacked fists resting the forehead. Wherever you find yourself, keep breathing. Stay there. If you haven't been able to find a way to make this comfortable, I'm going to invite you to kind of allow yourself to collapse down onto that right hip. Bring the left leg all the way forward and come to rest on your back. You'll instead cross the right ankle over the left knee and draw it in for what's commonly called thread the needle. You'll still get the same hip opening with a little less push. So from whichever pose you've tried, there are opportunities here for progressions. If you'd like to take a little bit of a twist here, I'm going to invite you to come back up onto your hands. Take your right hand and bring it to the center, that midpoint. On an inhale, just as we did before, we're going to reach the arm over, and open as we grab that back foot. The knee is bent, the foot is drawn in towards the buttock, and then by simply bending the elbow, we bring the heel in and drop the shoulder down and away from the ear, using that moment of twist to look back over the shoulder. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Count down 3 remaining slow breaths to play. And then from wherever you are, start to unwind. Curl the back toes under. Lift up into downward dog. Remember, this practice is your own, however you get there. And then take a moment to integrate, dancing your dog, pedaling it out. And then we'll do the same thing on the left. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee and drop it towards the right as the gaze turns towards the left underarm to protect the neck. Let gravity work on your scorpion tail, or allow the right foot to spin away from you. Drop the left foot down, lift the points of the hips into a reverse tabletop. However you've chosen to play, we're all going to angle ourselves back into downward dog, and then to bend that left knee and place it down by the left wrist, lengthening the right leg back. Adjust again. What was possible on the right may not be possible on the left, and vice versa. Tent the fingers, and then draw the heart forward. Proud pigeons. Once you've set yourselves up, come down to an expression that feels delicious and nutritious. I invite you to let go of any ideas of how things should feel, and instead to feel what's here. I'd like to remind you, of course, you can take thread the needle. Of course, you can stay here. And of course, you can choose to layer on a twist. The left hand comes to the midline. The right arm moves forward and then opens up the shoulder, same time as that right knee bends. And then you can draw the foot in towards the buttock. Once you've drawn the foot in, bend and drop the elbow, shoulder down and away from the ear. From wherever we find ourselves, we're going to slowly unwind. We're going to slowly come back to the center. And we'll all meet by relaxing down onto this left hip and bringing the right leg all the way around to the front. Let the foot rest to the inside, the shin, the thigh, or perhaps up towards the groin. Janu Shirshasana, the toes reach towards you. As you inhale, create that length, create that long spine. And as you exhale, lead with your heart, lead with that long spine. When you feel you're going to start to collapse, that's when you're going to drop your hands down. You'll inhale again, create more length through the spine, and then just let the head soften. See if you can find that dance of breath again. Inhale, finding effort, finding traction, finding length. And exhale, soften, surrender, find ease. Inhale, length. Exhale, soften. Let's slowly start to walk the hands back up. Scooping the knee in. We'll take that left foot to the outside of the right thigh, interlace below the knee, squeeze it in, sit up tall. On an inhale, right arm rises. Let's go ahead and twist towards our left through the rib cage, always above the belly button until we can pin that elbow in place. Let the left arm continue the journey behind you. Find a tall spine and complete your twist. So those lower 5 vertebrae, known collectively as the lumbar vertebrae, were not designed to twist in the same way as your thoracic spine, where all those ribs are attached. Do most of your twisting through the ribs, and then complete the motion with your collarbones, neck, and head. Let's slowly, slowly, slowly come back to center. And then we'll release, lengthening out through this left leg and bending the right foot in. Anywhere on the leg that feels natural to you. Toes draw towards you, heel in contact with the earth. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, find Janu Shirshasana. Keep creating traction along the spine with the inhale breath. And as you exhale, create more surrender. Inhale and start to draw yourselves up. Let's twist again, scooping the right knee up, bringing the foot to the outside of the thigh, interlacing, sitting up tall. Float the left arm up and begin your twist until you can bring that left elbow to the outside of the right knee, continuing the trip. Right hand behind you, lengthening up, twisting through the rib cage, then through the collarbones, then through the head and neck. Rotate back to center. Uncross the leg. Bend the left to meet it and come to rest on your back. Make sure I'm in view. As we get ready for a little bit of back bending, let's tiptoe the heels just a little bit closer to back. Recalling our cat-cow, let's do a little bit of pelvic tilt. As we inhale, the belly fills, the pelvis moves forward. As we exhale, the pelvis moves back, the belly button draws towards spine, the tailbone lifts. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, press down, feel the tailbone lift. Maintain that, and as you breathe in again, start to lift up your sacrum, your low back, your mid back. Pressing lightly into the feet, the chin draws towards chest. And then at the top of the movement, interlace the hands underneath you. Draw the shoulder blades one at a time, a little bit closer together underneath you. And keep pushing through the feet to lift the points of the hips up. Now, if you'd like a deeper back bend, tiptoe those feet a little bit closer. Release the hands to hold on to the ankles and come into bow pose. Slowly, slowly, slowly start to roll out, vertebra by vertebra. And then bring the knees in towards the chest. Rock a little bit from side to side if that feels good. Maybe take some knee circles. Let the soles of the feet come together and the knees start to separate. Reach the hands up between the knees to hold the outside edges of the feet. With care, start to separate the feet, drawing the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Knees draw down towards the underarms. And again, if rocking feels nourishing, your blissful baby pose, I invite you to welcome that in too. Let's back out by bringing the soles of the feet together, releasing our hold on the outside edges of the feet to scoop the knees together. Release the feet back down. Keep the knees bent and move the feet wider than hip distance apart so that the knees knock together effortlessly. The arms come alongside the body, this time with the palms facing up in a gesture of receptivity. If you'd rather take a traditional Shavasana, you can extend the legs long towards the outside edges of your mat and allow them to simply flop open. Take as long as you need this final Shavasana. Thank yourself for showing up, for returning to presence, and for coming home.